Called to a home in Princeton, Texas. The owner thought there might be bees in the bathroom wall.
Oh.
Stephen Ross says it was just a casual 15,000 bees
Oh.
in that bathroom wall. Stephen Ross with Ross's Rowdy Bees joining us this morning. Stephen, you sent me this video and you said that not only were there 15,000 bees, but there was so much honey in the wall
Oh.
that you had to stop recording because it was so sticky, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. What really was shocking about this hive was just the amount of honey that was found inside the wall of that bathroom. And you can be as careful as possible removing that honey, but it's going to get all over you. I mean, it's part of the business. It's just very difficult not to come out of a situation like this all sticky.
Well, boy, I'm sure the homeowners are so thankful for you. When you got in there and you opened up the wall, was it clear, first of all, before you opened the wall that there were
Right.
bees in there, is what I want to know.
So with this particular removal here, the only thing that would really tell you that there is a bee infestation is the activity outside the home itself. And these bees were finding a pretty large gap, to be honest with you, on the exterior part of the home through the mortar that had come loose from the brick. So that was the only sign. Now, where inside the house these bees were located wasn't as easy to determine. Yeah, this is exactly where they were coming in.
Okay, wait a second. I'm
Uh,
going to stop you there.
Yeah.
Because that looks like so many holes in the around my house. I mean, like you sent this photo to me and I was like, so where were they coming in? And I thought you were going to send me like something I could
Like
like,
a
oh yeah,
big gaping.
oh yeah, like, I mean, I could tell there's bees coming in. No. So this one, and then also, I mean, I've talked with you about several different cases and you always send me a photo that's like this little hole and you're like, yeah, they're easily getting in there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that could be any spot around my house. So how is a
right.
homeowner? So, I mean, do you just go in and try to plug every hole that you see around your house?
I always recommend that homeowners go around their home at least once a year just to check for any gaps or separation within the structure of the home. Here in Texas, with the type of soil that we have, we run into a lot of shifting, and it's important that we maintain the integrity of the structure of our home as much as possible, whether that means just going around and caulking gaps or going back and putting in mortar where mortar had separated from the brick, just things of that nature.
And so, what is the homeowner's reaction when they think they might have bees and you find 15,000 bees in their house?
Yeah, exactly. So when I was speaking with Lauren about this, the customer had, and I hear this often. The customer believed that the bees may have been there for about 2 weeks, and once we opened that up, it was obvious that they had been there for a few years, without a doubt. At times, normally the homeowners are quite shocked themselves because you're only seeing a few bees fly in and out of that area. You're not seeing thousands. So the homeowners a lot of times think, there might be 100 bees in there because we're not seeing much activity on the outside of our home. But the thing about honeybees is you're not seeing near what's inside the structure just from viewing the outside of your home. Honeybees travel in thousands. They don't travel in small groups.
Great.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you're seeing
Yeah.
one, you're seeing thousands. And this video we're showing, some of these are from your hives that you have, but also we showed
Right.
some from this house in Plano where, it was an elderly couple. The son noticed something, and sure enough, you were called in. This was a massive project as well. Explain where the bees go, because we saw you sucking them up with the vacuum
Right.
there. It's not like you're tossing these bees. They have a critical job in our nature, in our community, in our world.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to honeybees, our job is to relocate and save those bees because they play a vital role in our ecosystem. pollinating many of the fruits and vegetables that we consume. So our goal in all of this is not just to, get put the homeowner at ease, but also to make sure that the honeybees are taken care of after the removal process. And we normally relocate them to one of our bee yards. We have about roughly 20 locations around North Texas that we're able to move bees around to. So we have a large territory that surrounds the North Texas area.
How many times have you been stung? I gotta know.
Yeah, it's pretty much a daily thing.
Oh,
Really?
Yes, they find ways. In this video here, we're wearing a beekeeping jacket. We don't wear a full suit.
Why?
One reason, yeah, exactly. We find it more easy to maneuver around in the jacket than a full suit.
Oh.
Also, the summers are brutal.
well, that's fair. Yeah.
And a beekeeping suit will add many degrees on top of whatever the temperature is outside. So the beekeeping jacket itself is much more cooler. So the bees do tend to sting us through the jeans often, and that's an area that we often get stung. But they also find ways to get into the suit. We wear these suits until they're basically falling apart, and once we realize that the bees are able to gain easy access into the suits, that's when we put on a new one.
Once the bees outsmart the suit.
Yeah, the bees outsmart the suit.
Exactly.
How did you get into this business? Was this like a family business, or like what made you decide you wanted to do this?
So I am a first generation beekeeper. I started with 2 hives originally years back, but I originally got into beekeeping because I was at a point in life where I needed a hobby, and beekeeping just happened to be that hobby. And the bees really changed my life in a drastic way. And I told myself I can't let this go. So I continued with it. And today we operate several hundred hives around North Texas, and we do anything and everything bee related. We teach other people how to be beekeepers. We mentor other beekeepers. One of my goals is to help others with this journey, because beekeeping's not an easy task. And it's important to me that others are successful at it so that they can truly reap the rewards of what beekeeping has to offer.
That's beautiful.
It is.
I'm sure the homeowners, I mean, even though you're charging them, I'm sure they are just so thankful when you open up that wall and you can safely get all the, like, please just get them out of my house.
Yes, to have an expert there when you open the wall and see that
Yeah.
is much better.
Yeah, Stephen Ross with Ross's Rowdy Bees, thank you so much for being with us and giving us a peek inside something we hope to never see in our house.
Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure speaking with you all today. I appreciate it.
Good
Thank
talking to you
you.
on the post.